That's. I wasn't sure where it was going, but actually that was probably the safest thing we could have gotten. It is.
Yes, it is.
Hey, it's the Mike in the Mountain.
Yes, it is.
I'm Brian Gary.
Scott Cisco.
How you doing, man?
I am doing peachy, a little stuffed, man.
You have
sinusy, dude. I blew out the chicken coop with the blower. I had this bright idea.
Did you?
Yeah,
leaf blower
me be
for
the
long...
allergy guy I am. I'm going to blow out the chicken coop. I did have an N95 mask on, you know, and it was black. It was just black. Yeah, dude, I had it. I mean, I was saturated in chicken dust.
So
it was bad.
And you think that's what completely plugged you up?
I think that helped. You know, every time I go out and feed the cows, because we got cows, every time I go out and feed the cows, man, no matter what I'm feeding, whether it's sorghum or hay or whatever it is, corn stalks, man, my allergies, I got to be really careful. Here I am, a rancher, a farmer.
Well, that's I know.
Allergies, right?
Yeah,
don't make a whole lot of sense.
It's like being allergic to animal fur.
Yeah. So I blew out the chicken coop, cleaned the dog kennel, and fed the cows. And even though I had a good mask on, I knew that it was probably going to catch up to me, and it did.
Well, you sounded like crap, and then you sent a picture of you.
Oh, bro.
And you looked like Mike Tyson had just beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, man.
I mean, seriously.
It was bad, dude. And then going up to the high country, that job we're on up in Wyoming, dude, the elevation is such that, dude, I thought I was going to blow. I mean, my head just fell.
Oh, just the pressure with everything?
Yeah, my eyes just water. And I'm thinking, dude, what am I doing? Why don't I ever slow down? So why don't I ever slow down?
But at the same time, we're getting these pollen alerts, you know, which come across on my weather, and I always think of you right away when that happens. Did that have any effect or a combination?
I think it was all. Yep, it was
the
all there.
Perfect storm.
Listen, man, my little girl can stub her toe, and I'll get a sinus infection. I don't know what it is, man. It don't matter what comes along, dude. I just get a sinus infection. I've debated like having the nose whacked off, but you know, it's a multifunction tool that we'll never go into.
I'm just wondering how much this can screw you up when you're out in the wild.
Well, yeah,
you know,
no, it does.
I mean, because seriously, I know that there's certain medications you need for what you do for a living. Dude, how do you cope with that?
Well, a lot of Claritin D, Advil cold and sinus, and liquid Benadryl. Now, liquid Benadryl is always the last one, and I always base it, make sure I'm about 15 miles from home. Because 16 miles and I'm sleep at the wheel, man. I mean, it's good stuff.
Again, Scott Cisco is not a doctor.
I am not a drug addict either.
Neither one, but he does play both
but
when he wants to.
Play the field, man. Play the field. Isn't that what we got to do nowadays, man? I mean, we're in a new world. We're in new times, and man, I'm telling you what, I am so ready, seriously, to just totally get off social media. I have never, I mean, seriously, man, I can't do this anymore. I cannot, I'm at my line, dude.
I'm tired of being so careful about every damn thing I say or do.
Right?
I mean, seriously.
No, man.
I know.
And whatever you said, even though it didn't affect you today or anybody today, a year from now, they're going to find it, pull it up, and you'll be crucified.
Well,
because you said it.
But here's my hope. All right, let me go here.
Go ahead.
Let me go.
Dive in. Let's shall we?
Let's jump in.
Let's do.
Because my goal is to get this podcast banned. It is when you see the success for when you ban something, we are a society of people who want what you tell us we can't have. As soon as you tell us you have to do something, we don't want to do it. And when you say we can't do something, we want to do it because we feel that it's infringing on us and we should get to make those choices.
It's taking my rights.
But the minute you say you can't do that, it becomes the most popular damn thing in the world.
Seriously. Well, I wish I'd have known your goal because
you could have really
took us there. I totally could have got us banned.
Oh,
man.
I know. Well, I didn't know
do you
what a
want to
great
start today?
Well, it's a great business decision right now.
Let's position. Let's do this.
Morgan Wallen has the controversy. His album sales increased over 3,000%. Dr. Seuss, on their own, decided to pull, I think it's like 6 titles from what they would sell from their library. Those books skyrocketed in price so much that eBay even pulled being able to sell or buy those books off of their site because of the ridiculous amount of money that was going on there. And here in Colorado, the governor is making, what is it, March 20th, the no meat day or whatever. If you try to find a steak in the store on the 19th, you ain't going to find one because everybody is having barbecues. So, I mean, tell me, if we are not built to go, hey, F you, I'm going to do what I want.
Right,
that seems to be the mentality.
Everybody's so befuddled right now, man. And this is the opportunity for the opposition, whatever it may be, to take full seizure of anything out there they've ever wanted to change because we're so caught up in our own demise that we're losing our rights over every single cotton picking thing coming along, man. Come on. Come on.
Look, we can't build a society where you are completely shielded from being offended.
Yes, we can, Marsh.
No, that's
Marsh. Marsh.
It seems to be the goal that everybody is afraid of offending somebody all the time, and it makes it really difficult to function sometimes.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
You know? I mean, it does. Yeah.
Well, it's funny you bring that up, Brian. Guess the recent news, too, the next chopping block, if you will, for the next counter culture is going after right now. Eminem.
Huh?
Eminem was on the chopping block about a day ago.
For?
Cancel culture. They were trying to cancel him and try to tarnish his whole, because Eminem, being Eminem as he is with Slim Shady, they're going after his past lyrics and past albums.
Dude, I thought he was talking about Eminem's. I'm like,
no.
That's
what the artist, right? I would have got that next.
Well, and they're named. I mean, it's close. Eminem.
Not Eminem.
I mean, they might.
The rapper, man. He's
no way.
That's the culture kind of bring up the whole, thick skins, if you will, man. Because Eminem didn't give 2 rats ass about anybody, dude.
Oh man!
If you were on his list, man, you were going down in his lyrical words.
And that's what I can respect about that cat. There's a few cats out there, Toby Keith's one of them too, man, that said, no, man, I don't like the way your system goes. I'm going to take it my way.
Dave Chappelle's the same way too.
Dave Chappelle, man.
Yeah. His Sticks and Stones skit, man.
Right.
Ooh.
Right.
The Rotten Tomatoes purposely withheld people from putting ratings on that website for at least 24 hours. 5 critics were able to put their ratings on there. 0% tomato rating. Soon as it was open to the public, 99% approval rating on the Rotten Tomato. Like, dude, it's the cancel culture, and Dave Chappelle does an excellent when he talks about it too. It's just, it's crazy how, like you said, we can't say something without somebody being offended, and then we just get wrecked over it.
Right, no, and you're right. I mean, we're scared. I mean, even now in my daily adventures with what I do, man, I'm not looked at. I mean, listen, they've paintballed my truck. Mm-hmm. They've egged my truck, and this was up in Silverthorne. They wrote "animal killer" on the side of my truck. But they don't know me, and that's the problem I see is there's no dialect. There's no critical thinking in a mature dialect to sit down and talk because everybody, you guys have been with me, man, when I've talked to people, and we've had some great, dudes that were after me, full-fledged after me for what I do. But then at the end of the conversation, when they were able to catch their breath, slow their blood pressure down, shake my hand and go, listen, we're going to agree to disagree, but I respect what you do and I appreciate it. Thanks for doing what you do.
Agree to disagree.
Seriously, man.
And we need more of that because what's happening is people go out and they get all offended because they take everything personal.
Right.
Everything's personal. What we need to realize is It ain't about you.
Right.
All right? We're not that.
I got to stand in the mirror every morning and say that to myself.
It ain't about you.
Just so I can proceed with the day, man.
You know what? The best, kind of on topic, but I just was, the other night, again, watching one of the shows you can't stand, but I'm watching American Idol. When the greatest thing I heard for inspiration, though, it's like, because some people, they got to get up in the morning, they look in the mirror, and what do you say when you look in the mirror?
Hey, sexy.
You know, okay, so you do that.
Right.
Lionel Richie said, you know what I say when I get up and look in the mirror every morning? Oh, my God, it's Lionel Richie. And I think we all need to do that. Look at her and go, oh, my God, it's Brian Gary.
Oh, my
and
God.
be happy with that. And go, you know.
I like that, man.
I do, too. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to get up and, oh, my God, you're Lionel Richie. And then be disappointed that I'm not.
You ain't Lionel Richie. Wait a minute, was that racist?
Why?
I don't know. I'm just thinking like they think.
No,
might
don't lump them into them. All right?
Speaking of lump.
You are trying to get it banned.
Listen to the lump, man.
Okay.
So Baby Girl is jamming to presidents of the United States.
Peaches?
The lump.
Oh, the lump.
She's lump. She's lump. She's in my head. I got Baby Girl running around singing this. Lump sat alone in a buggy marsh. Dude, it's so cool, man. To hear Baby Girl running around singing. So I turned her on to the Kitty one, which I forgot that had some kind of bad language in it. And
I'm not familiar.
Yeah, no, you
okay,
liar.
And I don't want to know.
Liar.
Liar. No, I'm not a liar. Oh, speaking of kids, man, I got to have my parental or grandparental moment.
Okay,
you know, I think every week you have one of those where you just want to go over and just beat your head against the wall I do during the podcast sometimes.
Yep.
I have to talk to Xander because he's not participating in class.
Oh.
All right. I get can you talk to him? He's not doing anything. And after school, I get him home after we had a conversation on the phone. And I get him home and I said, you know, what subject were you in? And he's like, I was in history. I said, why weren't you participating and just doing what you were told to do in history? Well, I don't think we really need to learn history because we need to plan for the future, and it doesn't do us any good looking back.
Where did you hear that?
I have no idea, but I
said
he's 10.
No, he's tainted.
10.
He's tainted is what he is.
I sat back
gosh, man.
I said, I don't care what the topic is. If you're in dressmaking 101, you're going to make a dress that day. I said, you don't get to decide what you're...
Did you ask him where he heard that? Seriously, man?
No, I did not. I was too... My mouth was just like,
You went in...
What?
You went and put soap in your own mouth,
Nothing.
didn't you? You just went in and thought, you know what? I'm putting soap in my own mouth right now.
James, you looked like you were about to chime in on that.
Yeah, isn't there a saying out there, if you ignore history, you're bound
to repeat it.
To repeat it. Or doomed to repeat it kind of thing. I mean...
try telling that to a 10-year-old.
I know.
That's a little deep.
Well, it's a little deep, but he came from that direction, too. So if he's able to get that, I'm sure he's be able to get the other side of the coin.
Good point. Oh, man. Hey, a couple things this morning. Already a very active morning. I've got a hello I'm supposed to pass on to you.
Yeah.
Our brother William Michael Morgan gave me a call early this morning.
Oh, no way.
First thing when I woke up, it was William. He was calling from Texas, and he was flying in and seeing what was up tonight. And he's actually going to be down.
Be in town?
Well, no, he's down in the Springs.
Oh, man,
he's
real.
Down in the Springs. Otherwise, we would have definitely hooked up with him. But I'll just tell you now, I talked to William about joining us on the podcast, and he is totally down for it.
Shut up.
So we'll do that very, very soon.
Dude.
We'll make him the first guest.
Come on, man.
We have on the podcast.
That'd be off the hook.
Our buddy William Michael Morgan. He had the #1 hit on Met a Girl. He's a big country star and a great friend of ours. We got to work with him, and he's worn your buffalo coat.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that. But William said to say hello, so I wanted to pass that on.
Right on. Cool cat. I need me some William. He's just got that country twang voice.
I mean, say the boy it, but country is a tater.
Oh, man, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
He definitely is.
He sure does.
Okay, something else I did, because we accidentally bought a whole pie this morning.
Wait a minute, can you buy a half a pie?
Stubbed my toe, bought a pie.
I'd have got a sinus infection.
You get a sinus infection. I get a pie.
Yeah, I feel one coming on right now just talking about it.
But we got friends coming over, so we were picking up a pie this morning, and I don't know what I was going to say about the pie. What it did was it made no. It was it's this big key lime pie, and I'm looking at it, and then I went, I got to do something about this. So I hauled out the exercise bike, and I moved the Nordic track out to the deck.
Okay.
So and I told myself, all right, now just to start with, for 15 minutes a day, I'm going to ride this thing, and then get going to where. All right, but I got about 5.
Oh, hey,
it wasn't F word, but it was.
That's where you got to start, man. You did 5 more than me.
Oh, but you pick the tracks that you're going to go. You see this mountainous one or whatever, and I'm like, we'll start there.
Okay,
yeah, and that's.
Always start in the desert.
I was looking for the coming home from Estes Park route.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Just straight down.
You don't even pedal, man.
No, that was it. Just you got to brake a little bit now and then. Same here.
I love that.
Did 38 miles.
All downhill.
Both ways.
I like that, man. I like that. Dude, I can do that.
It's a stationary bike for a reason.
But key lime pie, let me tell you about I love key lime pie. For all of you out there that don't know, key lime pie is my favorite.
Is it really?
Listen, I'm from the Florida Keys, baby.
I'm
from the Florida Keys, man. Come on, man. That's where we'd sit down and eat shrimp and redfish and key lime pie, baby. Dude is living, man.
I never even tried it until a few years ago. So I thought, oh, no, that just sounds too weird. Not good. But it's, man, you get that refreshing kind of mouth-watering.
Oh, yeah, that little tangity tang in your jaw. Your jaw kind of do a little seize up, but you got to get another. You got to have another. Maybe just one more bite for that little tangity zang.
I like the way you're thinking.
I do too, man.
Well, if you've ever wondered more, like aside from what Scott's favorite pie is or anything else, we do have another AMA coming up. An Ask Me Anything.
Anything. And that's where we are changing the world. We have given some advice on that last one that is just rocking the world, and that's what we bring into you. We're going to do it again, and we're going to help you make your day, baby. That's what we're going to do.
I must have missed those questions.
Yeah, I did
but
too.
I did too.
That's the 2 bottles of Monster in them right now.
Engage.
We got to get that endorsement deal with Monster. We really do. But mark your calendars for Thursday the 11th. This coming Thursday night. We are going to be doing an Ask Me Anything, and
anything.
We will be we'll be getting the reminder out on Facebook and get everything set for exactly what time and so forth. We'll be rocking it, and that will be coming up on Thursday. So I'll be checking out Facebook. We'll be putting out social media reminders of the event, but we want to hear from you. We had so much fun last time, just kicking back. I'll be drinking some tequila, having a little happy
water.
Yeah.
Before I come in, I'll be doing a little smokety smoke. Yeah, so I got the right answers.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so I got the right answers.
Maybe you can break out some more food I won't eat. I'll bring.
You sad sack.
I'll bring my own.
Yeah.
That's it.
Might pull out some mountain lion for this one, man.
No, I'm down.
Oh, some mountain lion chops?
No.
You down.
Yeah.
Man,
I talk big.
Yeah, you do. You ain't even down to clown, fool.
That's it.
You ain't even down to clown,
Shut
man.
up. Shut up. Thursday, ask me anything. Like, Brian, what's up with you?
Ask him what kind of wild game he's ate.
Shut up.
But he's about to. He's about to.
Hey, speaking of wild game, I've got an animal question.
Lay it on me.
No, because a lot of people encounter this, and you may not have the answer to it, but
Beaver fever.
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Years ago, I'm driving to work, and I used to drive, incredibly early in the morning, and I don't know how I avoided it all those years, but one year I hit a deer.
Right.
Deer was jumping right across, and there was nothing I can do. I popped him. He flew over the vehicle, and it's 3 a.m, and I'm on the side of the road, and I got to get to work because I got to be on the air.
Oh yeah.
So I took off, went to work, went on the air, did nothing except talked about it.
Right.
Now, I've got to think, because I've thought of this many times looking back at it, didn't I have a responsibility to notify somebody that I had hit a deer and that I had killed it?
Yeah, I mean, you definitely want to notify your insurance right away.
Okay, that taken care of. Yeah.
And next thing is load that bugger in the back of your car because it's now tenderized. It's now tenderized. And don't waste it, man. Don't waste it. I'm just saying. No, man.
It was sad. The next day I go to work and the other deer had put a roadside memorial with the deer's picture on it. It was so sad. I just felt guilty.
It is. No, that's something I'm glad you brought up, man, because I was reading an article, man, that the number of wildlife hit is huge, man, with all the roads and trails and things we're doing to our backcountry for the sake of mankind and our enjoyment and our fulfillment. And, one of the things I enjoy is these areas that are no motorized vehicles. Savage Run Wilderness area happens to be one of my favorite places up in Wyoming, the Sierra Madres here in Colorado, where there are no trails. It's backcountry. You better know what you're doing when you go into these places. But I like it because it's unscathed. It's untouched by man. We see a lot of these places. Rabbit Mountain was one of them above Boulder, down there, around there somewhere. They had elk up there that were not migrating. And because it was an open space area, they don't allow hunting on it. So they actually had a meeting down there where they discussed, we need to open this up for a season with a set number of permits for hunters to go in there and hunt to get these elk migrating again, because now they're almost becoming domesticated because they're used to seeing people, dogs, and the food's good there year round, and they're not doing what nature does. So that's something that I'm really going to press into here in the future. The three of us, big time, is the number of trails, the number of roads. I mean, we look at the number of animals killed on an annual basis worldwide. Dude, the numbers are staggering. And you're right, traffic related, and there's no responsibility taken. For somebody to hit a raccoon and kill it, and maybe it doesn't die right away, and they don't want to get near it, and it's off the side of the road, and they just keep going. That breaks my heart that you would dive all up in me as a hunter and a trapper that believes in utilizing the animal under the regulations put in place by each state, each county, to do what I do, to work as hard as I work and not waste these animals. But yet we got these people out there just hitting them, and they don't know what to do. What do you do? Your insurance, you notify insurance. If it's a raccoon, a skunk, something of that nature, you probably want to try to notify city official, something of that nature. If it is a deer, an elk, a moose, something like that, you definitely want to get a hold of the division in your state, whatever that Parks and Wildlife or Game and Fish. You definitely want to get a hold of them and let them know, because the one thing is, it's sad for the animal that got killed, but one of the things I always watch is, man, is that animal done? Is it deceased?
Yeah.
And I've actually, and I got in big trouble for this in a different state. There was a car on the side of the road. I pulled over to assist. I could tell they were stressed. I got out to assist. I didn't know what was going on. I just wanted to help. And the lady was screaming and crying and carrying on. They'd hit this deer. It was a fawn. And the fawn was off in the ditch, and it was bellering something sick, man. I mean, it was just horrible. So right away, who I am, what I do, I grab my knife. I mean, literally, it was folded in half, Brian. I mean, its back legs was facing this way, front legs and head was facing this way. It broke its back. There was no way. So I grabbed my knife, went over and just opened the jugular, finish it, let it finish quick. I'm all about humane, and I hung out there to talk the lady off the edge. She was worked up, broke up. I get it, man. It was a little spotted fawn. Dude, I took no happiness, no joy in doing what I had to do, but I didn't want it suffering. Mm-hmm. So the highway patrol stops. Dude launched up in me like dude, he threatened me 7 ways to Sunday that he would take my license. I mean, he was livid that I went over and opened up that fawn, the throat, to let it drain out and decease. Where's the morals and ethics and value? Now, that was just who knows? That was just maybe the highway patrol was having a bad day. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what the deal was. But, yeah, when it's a big animal, man, we need to report it. We need to do something to let somebody know. Again, my heart goes out to the animal that's suffering. potentially suffering down in the ditch or on the road.
I did so many things wrong because I didn't check that. I was in, that panic. Oh, I got to get to work. That deer's, he's got to be dead. I didn't.
But it's uneducated.
That's what I was just going to say.
It's uneducated.
Me today would not do that.
Right.
Me a few years ago knew nothing. I have learned so much just being around this guy in the last year or so.
Right.
But you always preach, educate, understand, and respect.
Right.
This is where education, I would have handled that situation completely differently now than then.
Well, and not only
education.
That, but seriously, people, for you guys listening chiming in about this, I want to make you aware of something. If you do hit a deer, elk, something along those lines, get a hold of your highway patrol. I would say highway patrol or law enforcement right away. They know the path to take, okay? Get a hold of the police, highway patrol, because you're going to need a report anyway, right, for your insurance. Mm-hmm. But by notifying them, they will in turn get a hold of the local division where if there's something that can be used on that animal, at all seriousness, they do sell, or I'm not sure, depending on your state, whether it's something you got to purchase. It may be something you have to purchase, a carcass tag, and that animal can be utilized. I've done it. I've got carcass tags for animals that were hit, and man, you call it sick, call it gross, call it whatever you want. But I don't believe in wasting that meat, especially the size of a deer. Don't waste it,
I see that on, I don't know if it's the Texas Game Warden one I watch or Northwoods Law or whatever, where there's many times where somebody has hit a deer or an animal that's there, and they take it to
homeless
shelter or somebody, and a family they know of in need. Man. So there is no waste. Yeah, right on. All right, well, I was just curious. That was my animal. Wildlife question.
Yeah, get a hold of your authorities.
Like James, what were you going to say?
No, so first I want to say off, I am not an attorney, I am not a lawyer, and I'm not an insurance agent.
Right.
But from my understanding and the people I've talked to and stuff, one of the hardest thing to do as well too is that you do want to hit the deer head on as well and trying to avoid the deer for insurance reasons. Because if you end up missing the deer and you hit the car next to you, you're liable for that car and you got a whole different set of problems going on with you. If you hit the side of the road and take out a phone pole, you're liable for that utilities. Your insurance won't cover that because you are the one. Even though you claim a deer was in the way, you can't prove that the deer was there.
Well, how do you think of that in a split second?
I know. It's hard to say.
Right.
I agree.
And I don't remember. That sounded like take it head on. Do everything you can, stay in your lane. Stay in your lane.
No, and that makes sense. I didn't even think of that angle, James.
Right. No, in this American world that we're in right now, where everything's nickel and dime, especially with insurance companies.
Oh yeah,
man, they will get out of making sure they don't pay your tab, man. If you can't prove you hit a deer, which is act of God, it becomes a cluster mess. And I've had some friends who lost cases because they didn't hit the deer. They avoided it, but they took some damage out of a private property, and they were liable for that property damage out of their own pockets because of that.
No, it's listen, you are in a projectile. If you're in a car on the highway, the one thing that I hate around here is getting in with the herd of humans on rush hours. Dude, I don't do well with the herd. The migration that takes place out here on the Front Range, I'm not okay with that migration, man. It scares the pee-wadding out of me, man. And we are in a projectile, man. We are a bullet out of a gun going at any range, a mile an hour, man. It's 75 out there, but man, I've got out there in the migration and some of them are doing 85, 90 mile an hour. You're in a projectile, man. You are in the bullet.
210 projectile.
right.
Which is why I feel a sense of release. My pulse goes down, and I breathe easier the minute I turn onto a back road.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't like getting in with the migration. No.
I can feel my blood pressure goes up, my pulse is going, my energy, everything is just, it's unpleasant. And the minute I get off it,
Oh, yeah.
It's like when you finally get home after a long vacation and use your own bathroom.
Right. Yeah.
Do you guys try to intentionally try to avoid major highways to just take the scenic route to avoid the people for that very reason? Because I do the same thing.
Without a doubt. I can't remember the last time I got on I-25 or any of those. I mean, because I try to find every back road, and I've got to tell you, those are getting harder to find.
They are.
Yes.
They're just as filled up, man. They're just as packed because everybody's got the same idea. Everybody's got the same idea. Take the back road.
Well, what's scary, Scott, is that they're taking the back road because I-25 is still the same. Still a cluster mess.
Right. Still under construction. Is it weird that has been under construction my whole life? Has it been for you guys?
I think it's been for three generations.
Well, as soon as we think, well, that'll be good, another 100,000 people
we
move
need
in.
two more
we
lanes.
Need more.
Yeah.
You know, seriously.
Yeah. And now
we're gaining a lane of people every 5 to 10 years.
We are. There's a new migration coming direct line from California now. I mean, a lot of the calls that I'm getting are California numbers, and I'm scared. I'm scared.
This is not new.
No, it's not.
Look, I get a lot of calls from California, but it's somebody, again, for my warranty or for something like that.
Well, and I don't even think that's California. I'm pretty sure that dude's not in this country. Because, boy, I told him he won again this morning.
Oh, you got another one?
I did this morning.
Another potential
and
winner.
And they hung up on me before I could even explain what they had won.
Imagine.
Audacity.
People are so rude.
I know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, I did something that I did not know if I was going to do this morning. I went and got
a pregnancy test.
Close.
Oh,
all right. No, you are not the father.
All right. Yes. Woo! All right. All right. Woo! Oh man. Woo, man.
I've been bugging the shit out of me all weekend, guys.
Yeah. I've been thinking, man, my finances are gone,
Just
baby.
Finally. Just wanted to take that edge off.
This is a whole new act of God right here, man.
Nothing I can say now is going to top that. So I should just move on.
Okay. All right. Now, back in business.
Okay. Now, an EPT test would have been more odd.
Right.
But I got my first COVID vaccine this morning.
You did? You
I did it.
Oh, my golly.
I did. And I have to tell you personally, again, I see everybody getting vaccinated. I'm not making a pro or anti-vaccine stance in any way whatsoever.
Do what you do.
You do it. It's individual. I mean, you do what you feel is you need to do. My parents have gotten it. I've seen so many people, getting the vaccine. My wife had gotten the vaccine, and I know I'm high risk. I've got many reasons why I should be doing everything to avoid it.
Right.
But I have to tell you, in all honesty, I was going back and forth on this in my head because I have this fear. You can test all you want to test, but you've never tested me.
Right.
You don't know my particular immune system, the things that are quirky.
You are unique.
Well, yes, and I tend to react differently to things than others. So I just had this fear that I was really going back and forth. Do I do it? Do I not do it? What's going to happen if I get it?
Was this 2-shot or was this
the 2-shot?
The 2-shot.
Yeah, I got the
you
first
got time because they said you ain't going to die till after the second one. That's what statistics say. I'm laying it on line for you, brother. We still got time to get you pregnant.
He's not a doctor, and he's strictly for comedy's sake.
Hey, we're trying to get this banned, right?
I know.
I thought we was trying to get this banned. No, listen.
I should have never brought that up.
Statistics show that if it's not the Johnson & Johnson...
We are not experts on anything. I'm just trying to tell you, as lots of people who are going through this decision whether to do it or not, I did it. I feel great. I feel fine. Absolutely no different whatsoever. There's no pain. I'm not feeling any effects. We'll see what tomorrow brings because I know a lot of people.
That's what
it's
statistics.
The day after.
That's what the statistics is saying, man.
For liable reasons, we are not medical doctors, lawyers, or attorneys. And everything is opinions at this moment in time.
No, everybody is nowadays. The Facebook, man.
Boy, let me just scratch that up. I thought, I'm going to have a good conversation about an important topic.
It is, and we got today that we can
shot yourself in the toe when you said this an all-out get us banned thing. That was your self-inflicted wound on that one.
It was.
Brother, it's been good knowing you. We had a good ride.
Yes,
the
we
second
did.
they don't get you, the second vaccine will.
I think he's pissed he's not the father.
I'm not the father. Who is? You cheating?
James.
What's up, Brian?
Sons, I should have known. I should have known.
You spend too much time at the quarry.
Well, maybe I am a little too obsessed about beaver.
Well, apparently you need to spend a little more time thinking about me and what I'm going through.
Listen,
I don't know if you know it, but I went in and got a COVID shot this morning, and you weren't there with me.
No, I wasn't. I was tending to beaver.
You know who was with me?
Did I tell you?
Lorazepam. That's who was with me.
I bet that show was. I bet that show was with you. No, it was a long night for me, man. I was stretching a lot of beaver, man. It's not an easy job, man. I spent hours last night stretching beaver.
So to follow up on the whole COVID thing here, Brian.
Yes.
When's your second shot?
In the first shed.
Thank you. It will be just coming up in, I believe, another 2 to 3 weeks. I think it's 3 weeks.
A little bit of a window there.
Yeah. No, I've got it scheduled. They scheduled you right away for the second one to get in. But
what happens if you miss that time?
You see, I just want to give a little tip. If you're really trying to get a vaccine, check with the places that distribute them daily, because what's happening is, since Johnson & Johnson has come out with the single shot thing, there are a lot of people who are waiting for that and deciding they're not going to do the 2-shot thing. So what happens is people make appointments, they're going to get it, and then that appointment starts to roll around and they go, oh, I'm waiting for the other one, and then openings become available. So I'm just saying, if you were, because there are a lot of people who are, how can I get one? Where can I go to get one?
Right.
Keep checking the regular places and check them daily, because things can change.
Well, the biggest factor of that too is the lifespan of the vaccine too. Like once it's out of the fridge and stuff like that, it's done.
It's useless. It has to. That's why they try to fill those slots. Otherwise, a dose is completely useless and wasted.
I've seen an article where an ambulance, when the big storms hit America, like the big blizzards, maybe a couple of weeks ago, an ambulance just got stuck in a snowdrift and on the side of the road. They were carrying vaccines, and they were going to expire that day. And they asked people on the side of the roads, they were stranded with them, hey,
get out.
You guys want some vaccines? Because otherwise they're being tossed out. Yeah. Just because of the short life. And these things got to be deep freeze, like negative 200 degree Fahrenheit weather. Dude, they have to be disgustingly chilled. For these particular vaccines. I think Johnson & Johnson's might be different, but...
What gives me a disgustingly chills anybody stopping on a stuck ambulance on the side of the road getting a vaccine. It just scares the people.
Excuse me, have you ever pulled over on the side of the road and bought some jerky?
I've seen a taco stand on a highway in California.
Yeah, but it ain't injecting
you were just talking about
nothing, man.
Eating roadkill, and you're
down with
eating
roadkill, man. I ain't injecting me with nothing, man. Pull over. We got some injections.
Unless it says ambulance or Amazon on the side of it, I wouldn't trust the needle.
Right.
Good point. Good point.
It's got to be an A word.
Well, I was different topic.
Yes,
I was thinking of this one when I told you I had a manly day the other day where I got my wife's car started. This was after a day of watching The Bachelor and other things, and I lost my guy card too.
Yeah, right.
All right, worked out a car, got it going, and that kind of thing. And it, it was a 1985 car where you opened the hood and you recognized what was under it.
There's like a motor in it?
Yeah. I mean, it was...
with a battery on the side?
I could identify, I could point to and identify the parts of it.
Like the alternator and the carburetor?
Seriously. But what it made me do, as soon as I looked under the hood, I went, I want my old car back. I looked at that because my favorite car that I ever owned, I owned a 1976 silver Monte Carlo. And
the
I'll
lead sleds,
yeah, you know exactly.
The lead sleds.
I had owned a 72 before that, but I got a 76 because those were big.
Dude, they were boats, man. You couldn't pass a gas station. Oh yeah, baby.
I loved my Monte Carlo though, but I think back of everybody you'll go through and you'll think back of the cars that you've owned. But if I could have one back, Of all the cars I've owned throughout my time, it would be my 1976 Silver Monte Carlo. I would love that thing back.
The beast.
Oh, that's just one
boat.
day I want one of those cars like we had then. You've probably owned quite a few vehicles in your day.
Yeah, but man, I'm a pickup man. Something women like about a pickup, man. I think they made a country song.
They
after
did,
that, right?
and I love my truck, but it would be that 76 Monte. For you, what would it be?
Well, it's in the shop, man. It's right out there it's my garage queen, the 1971 Chevrolet S10 350 pickup truck, baby.
Oh, you got what you wanted.
Guys got it, baby. I can't get rid of it, man.
Now, have you had it for a long period of time?
That was great grandma's.
Oh,
and that was their fishing truck. They had like 12 69 to 72 Chevy pickups. That's all they believed in. They had like 12 of them.
No kidding.
And I was blessed enough to get the fishing truck.
Oh, man.
Had more lead weights and hooks in that damn thing when I cleaned it out. I mean, it actually got better fuel mileage.
I bet it did.
Fishing bowl parts. I mean, it was just the
I've
fishing
seen
truck.
that out there, and I didn't know the story behind it.
Oh, yeah, that was the old fishing truck, man. It sat underneath the tree and was just... I've redone a lot of it, repainted, redone a lot of it, restored it. But, yeah, they never drove it unless they were going fishing.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right? Cool
what
stuff,
a cool
man.
thing to have.
Cool
so you
stuff.
actually can just go out into the garage and see that.
Fire it up and take a ride downtown to the Dairy Queen.
Do you do that?
Oh, you know I do, baby.
Oh, that's cool.
People love seeing that old school stuff, too.
Oh,
man.
they do.
They love seeing that old school stuff.
See, and my head turns. I had a friend who said, I was riding with him, and he said, "Don't look. That's all they want you to do."
Right.
And I was, come on, man.
The cat's got some money in that,
Exactly.
man. And when I'm in that Chevy, steering wheel's like that.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like right up against you. You can't move the seat back, and it's a 4-speed. So you got the old clutch, and there ain't power nothing. The power is in your muscle and your... Dude, you want to turn on a move because otherwise it ain't rolling. Love that old Chevy, man. That's good stuff.
It used to take a lot more work to drive than it does now.
Yeah. Now it's like, golly, man, I'm taking the Toyota after this, man. It's all power steering, power brakes.
And to think back then, you didn't even need a seatbelt or anything.
Oh, man. Seatbelt.
James, do you have a vehicle out of your past ones that if you could have back, you would want?
Nah, to be honest, man, I never. My family weren't much of a car people at all. More of the computer people, if you will. Computers were my thing. Yeah, if I can have a Ryzen 7 quad core, 2 gigs of RAM back in the XP days, man. And sorry, not Ryzen, Pentium processor, man. Oh, dude, those were the days of just living on. You guys ever played Oregon Trail on those little big 5.5-inch discs, man? That was the good days, man, where we all just came together and died a dysentery and a bear attack.
Yeah, that sounds like a
horror,
man, baby. Holy crap!
I had one of them.
I used to could too. I might could again.
I put a power booster on it.
Yeah,
with the red green lights going across.
Oh, yeah.
But if I had to go something for today, it would be a Tesla.
Okay. There it is. There it is. Okay.
Those Tesla vehicles are actually pretty damn good these days.
Bring it around.
Bring it
That's
right
what
around,
we do.
Who knows what you just said? But there's somebody out there know what you said.
Well, that's what I'm going to be asking for this week. I want to hear
Yeah.
about your first, not your first car, but your favorite of all time. Everybody's got one. By the way, does your truck have a name?
Well, yeah, Betsy.
Betsy?
Betsy, man. Oh, Betsy. She as good as she ever was.
Betsy.
Man.
Did your computer have a name, James?
Don't go there.
Regis Mach 5.
Okay. That was too quick. He was. Look, we've always been concerned about this, man.
Oh, yeah, no. We love him.
More so now.
God, we love him. And he's...
To think that people like us are concerned about
Well,
somebody
he's
really
the
tells
father
you
of your
how twisted.
soon-to-be child.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I got nothing to follow that with. Hey,
Don't
that's
try
where I
to
got my
follow.
shot. Stop that.
Sorry. I was just making sure the Rona got in there deep, man.
Well, hey, hopefully I'm still around for the Ask Me Anything coming up on Thursday.
I'll be here, man.
I said no matter what, Scott will be here.
That's right, man. I can't help you.
But this Thursday, the 11th, Ask Me Anything. What time we want to roll, boys?
Oh, man.
I'm thinking maybe like 5, 6 o'clock p.m. Mountain Time.
Let's do that. Let's make it 5:30 then.
Yeah.
So it'll be right in between.
A little bit of happy hour right there.
All right, yeah.
Happy hour,
5:30, Thursday the 11th. The Mike in the Mountain live. Scott and I will be hanging out having a happy hour, and we would love for you to join us. Any questions you've ever wanted to ask or just anything that pops in your head.
That's right. That's right.
Just we'll be ready to talk about it.
Yes, we will.
And just beware.
But yes, beware, because I do have the answers.
And he is not
a doctor.
The father either. That was it. Until next time.
I'm not a doctor either.
Thanks for checking us out. I'm Brian Gary.
We ain't right.
No, he's Scott Cisco, and we'll see you next time.
Guys, I'm telling you, the Pentium processor back in the day.
No,
just
dude,
dual core everything. 4 years. Do you know how 4 years around us these days? My phone has more than that, dude. How far we came along, dude. It's nutty. But bloody hell, if we're going to get this stuff on Mars right now with the new technology of 3D printing.